Hi, Dr. Todd Sullivan from Nova Chiropractic and Acupuncture. In today's video, I'm going to go over 3 hip flexor stretches. So the hip flexors are made up of 2 different muscles. That's going to be your quadricep muscles and your psoas muscles. The quadricep muscle attaches on your pelvis and then goes over the kneecap and attaches on your lower leg. The psoas muscle attaches on your lumbar spine, goes through your pelvis, and then attaches on your femur. Both of these muscles, their main object is to flex the hip. These muscles can become chronically tight and stiff. Because we sit all day long, it puts them in a shortened position, which can lead to hip pain, knee pain, or even lower back pain. So these are 3 good corrective exercises you can do at home to help stretch out the hip flexors. The first hip flexor stretch we're going to do is going to be a single leg half kneeling stretch. So what Renee is doing is she's getting in with one leg up and one leg in a neutral position. So from this position, she's going to keep her back really straight, chest tall, and I want you to lean in, lunge forward into this stretch. And again, we should feel it right through the front part of her hip and make the stretch even more accentuate. We're going to have her squeeze her glutes, and that's going to actually force that more of a stretch on the front part of her hip there. This is a really good one. It works both the quadriceps and then also the psoas muscle. She could also, if she wants to increase the psoas stretch, take this arm and reach overhead and then to the side, and that opens up that front part of the psoas a little bit more. And you want to hold that position for 30 seconds and switch and do the other side. And I would do this 2 times on each leg. The second stretch we're going to do to help stretch the hip flexors is called the couch stretch. So what we're going to do for the couch stretch is we're going to get it in a half kneeling position just like we did. We're going to put a pillow underneath the knee that is contacting the floor. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take that same leg and we're going to raise it up onto, in this case, a chair. So I'm going to have Renee raise that up, and you can obviously at home do this on a chair or a couch at home. And she's going to bring her leg forward, okay? And again, keys with this one, back super straight, chest tall, and she's going to lunge forward into this and squeeze her glutes, and that's going to accentuate the stretch and get more of a pull. And this is the stretch that we're going to do, and this is called the couch stretch. This is like the next level stretch from the first one, and this is a really intense stretch there. We can make it more difficult by moving this closer. And that, again, the closer you go, the more of a stretch you're going to feel. Now, if you can't tolerate this position, Renee, bring your right knee down to the ground and then still maintain that same position there. So this would be the way to lower the amount of stretch if that first way is too hard. Kind of come down so you're just in that position there. And then we want to work up to a position where we're nice and tall like that. And that's a great stretch for this for the hip flexors. The third hip flexor stretch we're going to do, we're going to lay flat on the ground. And what I want you to do, Renee, is I'm going to have you bring your right leg, flex it up so your heel is going towards your butt. And what I want you to do, I want you to take this right arm and try to grab your ankle or your foot. And what she's going to do is she's going to bring that closer to her glutes, and we want to hold that position once she feels a comfortable stretch in the front part of her hip here. This is a great hip flexor stretch. It's pretty minimal stress on your lower back because you're flat like that, and you're not going to strain that lower back too much, but it's a great stretch. If you can't get in this position, what Renee could do is she could take, say she can't grab onto this, she could take a yoga strap or a towel or an exercise band, wrap it around her ankle, and then use that to assist her in pulling that forward like that. Sometimes people are very tight and we can only get to about 90 degrees, and that's fine. That's a great starting position. But what we want to do is we want to work up to holding this for a minute or 2 minutes, and start off though with 30 seconds on each side and do that twice.